in a shocking twist that left the audience breathless under the weight of the truth. Long-buried secrets were laid bare when it was revealed that Leslie was the mastermind behind Hayley's fake pregnancy scheme. The story began with what seemed like an innocuous detail: a clandestine meeting between Hayley and Leslie at a secluded cafe where the dim lighting obscured the full extent of what was happening, yet it was enough for an unexpected figure, Madison, to quietly witness everything. Hayley, dressed discreetly, sat across from Leslie with a calculating expression, her eyes cautiously scanning the room, unaware that at a nearby corner table, just behind a frosted glass panel, Madison was sitting alone, inadvertently becoming a silent witness to a conversation that could change the entire game in Beyond the Gates. Not a single word reached Madison's ears, but from gestures, glances, and body language, she sensed that something was terribly wrong. She noticed the unnatural intimacy in the way Leslie leaned forward, in the sly smile that hinted at past collaborations of this kind. Things became even clearer when Hayley placed a hand on the table, clutching a piece of paper that Madison couldn't quite make out, but that Leslie only glanced at before nodding. No words were needed, just a look, a smirk, and the plan was sealed. In that moment, Madison felt a chill run down her spine. This was not an innocent exchange between two women. This was a conspiracy, a game, a trap. As Hayley pretended to be pregnant with Bill's child, a man recovering from a stroke, with the intent of holding onto him emotionally and financially, Leslie was the one pulling the strings behind the scenes, providing everything from fake medical documents and bribed doctors to controlling precisely what others knew or didn't know about Hayley's condition. But what Leslie didn't realize was that someone uninvited had witnessed it all that day. Madison, once a close friend of Hayley's who had been wounded by secrets of her own, understood that what she had just seen couldn't be ignored. Though she couldn't hear the conversation, she snapped a blurry photo of the two women leaning toward each other in collusion. Madison didn't leave right away. She stayed, pretending to read a book, ears attuned to every shifting chair, eyes following every subtle movement. And from that silence, the truth began to creep into her mind like a silent storm. Leslie, with her experience orchestrating murky schemes in the past, rarely made mistakes. But this time, it was Hayley's overconfidence that created the crack. Hayley believed that with Leslie by her side, everything would go smoothly, that Bill would be imprisoned in a cage of emotional dependence, that no one around them would ever suspect a thing, that she could maintain the lie of a child that never existed. But she had no idea Madison had begun to trace the breadcrumbs, an accidentally recorded phone call between Leslie and Hayley captured by a faulty security system, the nervous flicker in Hayley's eyes whenever Bill mentioned attending a doctor's appointment together. The cracks didn't come from within, they came from the one person no one had accounted for. Others, too, began noticing the strange closeness between Hayley and Leslie. Danny, who once loved Bill, detected undeniable signs: Leslie's suspiciously timed absences, Hayley's clumsy justifications, and the blurry photo Madison sent her as a warning. Nicole, ever attuned to emotional shifts, noticed the tension in how Hayley treated Bill, as if afraid he might uncover something. And as they began to piece together the fragments, a fuller picture emerged, a scheme so elaborate, yet not airtight enough to escape the scrutiny of careful eyes. Leslie wasn't just helping, she was directing. She knew how to fade into the background, letting Hayley appear as the one in control, while subtly guiding every move. What Hayley thought she controlled was, in fact, firmly in Leslie's hands. And that made the situation all the more dangerous. As Hayley sank deeper into her lie, losing sight of where fiction ended and reality began, as she started to believe that Bill's affections might be turning real, she forgot that even the most flawless deception needs only one small crack to shatter. And that crack, Madison held it. Neither of the two women knew that, at the moment they touched hands to seal their plan, a witness had already emerged. Neither could have foreseen that Madison, whom they regarded as too weak to pose a threat, would be the one holding the key to unraveling it all. Madison didn't act rashly. She observed. she gathered. She let them believe they were winning, waiting for the perfect moment when chaos would strike, to unleash the final blow. The truth wasn't just dangerous for Hayley, it was deadly for Leslie, who had always believed no one could ever expose her. As suspicions grew, as Danny asked questions no one could answer, as Nicole noticed the dimming light in Hayley's eyes, as Bill felt that something wasn't right whenever Leslie's name came up, Madison finally stepped out of the shadows. She said nothing, but she carried with her a chain of events that could blow everything apart. A photo, a voice recording, a pattern of secret meetings, a witness who couldn't be dismissed. All of it pointed to one undeniable conclusion: the pregnancy was a lie. And Leslie was the architect of it all. Now, the question was no longer how far Hayley was willing to go, or how many people Leslie could still manipulate. The only question left was when Madison would pull the trigger. And when she did, everything would explode.